nervous system regulation is about calming down. Sometimes regulation means gently increasing our energy in a way that feels good, that feels helpful, that feels steady, not frantic. And so, yes, of course, sometimes we feel stressed, we feel anxious, overstimulated, but sometimes we feel tired. And there are some practical things, of course, that we can embed in our schedule, shift about our lifestyles that can help increase our energy levels more sustainably, more consistently on an ongoing basis. Like some things I do are taking movement breaks at least every 2 hours, more if possible, or starting and ending the day with a very intentional routine that nourishes me mentally, spiritually, and physically. But still, there will be times when I feel tired in the middle of the day or some other time in the day. And so there's going to be times when you feel tired sometimes too. And during those times, sometimes we just want a quick go-to pick-me-up, a quick go-to thing that doesn't come in a bottle with caffeine, right? That can help us get the juices flowing again. And that is what today's exercise is all about, to help up regulate our nervous system so that it's feeling more energized and able to refocus without fueling overstimulation. So if you're feeling tired or struggling to focus and you are wanting to kind of shift out of that midday fog, know this. What you're experiencing is a nervous system state, which means that we can help shift it, leveraging the wisdom of the nervous system. First, I want to get started with a couple of pieces of information that I find to be helpful when I engage with any kind of exercise. Having a little bit of psychoeducation can be helpful to get us started out on a nice level grounding. When we are underslept, overloaded, the prefrontal cortex is affected. The prefrontal cortex is the part of our brain that helps us to focus and think clearly, logically, sequentially. It is the rational part of our brain. Blood flow and oxygenation also matter here because when we are tired or sleep deprived, our blood flow and our oxygenation, they're affected too. And they affect our brain functioning as well. They also affect other functions in our body. So you can see how it's all interconnected and how one part's affecting another part is affecting another part is affecting another part. But this is not bad news. This is good news because it means that we can do some intentional things to help shift our nervous system from the state that it is currently in. And those intentional but small, simple things have a ripple effect within our nervous system. And that's really helpful information to have. So we're going to begin with a cross body activation, and this is going to be a movement. I'm going to invite you to stand if you need to be sitting right now because of where you're at or because of some other thing that is making it so you must sit down. That is totally fine. What I will encourage is that for you to try to have an aligned spine, shift your chin out a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, so that your spine is aligned and your shoulders are nice and steady and sturdy, not tight, not tense, but with this posture that says, I am here. Okay. This kind of confident posture you're creating with your body. Go ahead, find yourself in that position and be there for a few moments. And then when you're ready, what we're going to do is we're going to start this cross body activation. What I like to do is I like to do my arms and legs, but I'm going to invite you to do whichever one you want. You can do just your arms, you can do just your legs. And you're going to shift your right leg to touch your left elbow. Put it down, shift the other leg to touch the other elbow. So see, it's going across the body. Put it down. Now, if you only want to do legs, you just do right leg and then left leg. Or if you only want to do arms, you're going to do shift your body so that one elbow is going the opposite direction. So your right elbow is going to the left, and then you shift, and your left elbow is going to go to your right. Okay, let's do it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. You're going to keep going at a pace that works for you. Okay. And you want the pace to steadily increase, steadily increase. Faster, 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 faster. Stop. Notice the energy moving in your body right now. You feel it? I can feel it. I feel it in my stomach. I feel it in my head. Feels good. All right. So this increases the neural firing and wakes up coordination networks in our brain. Okay. And you don't even have to do it that long. You can do it for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. If you have more time, you can do it for longer. Okay. Next step, step 2. Now we want to use the breath to help get us energized. So you might be a little bit out of breath depending on how fast the pace was for you, how quickly you were going. That's fine. So take a nice long exhale. We're going to do some extended exhales and slightly stronger inhales in order to help increase alertness. So you're going to inhale through the nose for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then instead of breathing out, you're going to do a quick second sip of an inhale. Okay. And then you'll do a strong sigh out of your mouth. Okay. So let's just do that about 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. Big, quick second sip inhale. And then strong sigh out. Again. 1, 2, inhale. 3, 4. Quick second sip inhale in and strong sigh out the mouth. Let's do a couple more. In the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you stop and you do a quick second sip inhale and out. Let's do 2 more. In, 2, 3, 4. Stop. And then quick second sip and then out. 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick second sip in and then out. This can help increase oxygen intake and stimulate a mild sympathetic activation without becoming dysregulating. Now, if it's too quick for you, if that pacing doesn't work for you, you're going to need to trial and error to find the pacing that works for you. If it makes you feel too energized or maybe a little bit lightheaded, that means that you need to sit down, okay, and change the pacing. Slow the pacing down a little bit in a way that works. Okay, step 3. Now we're going to do a little bit of humming and we're going to recheck in with our posture. All right. So vibration helps us to stimulate the vagus nerve, which can be very calming, but also we're talking about shifting a nervous system state here, right? And that means that we need to pay attention to our vagus nerve. It's affected by what we do and it loves vibration. Posture also influences our energy, our proprioceptive feedback, and a ton of other things. So find your position. I like to have my feet about hip width apart here. And you're going to recheck in with your shoulders. So you don't want your shoulders to be up high at your ears, but you also don't want your shoulders to be drooping low like you're hunched over. So you want your shoulders to be nice and level, a little bit loose, right? So that you're not fueling that tension in them. Your chin's going to be flat, straight, pointing forward. Your spine's going to be aligned. Whether you're sitting or standing, you're going to have your feet flat on the floor. You're going to have your shoulders loose. You're going to have your chin flat, straight ahead. And then roll your shoulders back a few times. 1, 2, 3. Allow your eyes to gaze in front of you, slightly above the center line. And you're going to do a breath in that's fairly quick and then a hum for the exhale. Okay, so breathing in and hum. Ah. If you like a different style of hum, you can give it a different style of hum. I find the to be most energizing for me. So breathe in, hum out. Ha. Three more. Breathe in, hum out. Ha. Breathe in, hum out. Ha. Breathe in, hum out. Ha. Roll your shoulders back again 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then lift your arms up and stretch. And you can let them stretch in whatever way you want. I like to pull my left with my right and my right with my left. So stretch those arms. All right. So you're going to pick one knee up, put it down, pick the other knee up, put it down, and do that 5 to 10 times. Up, down, up, down, up. Kind of like a march, right? Marching, marching. Okay, so do that and see if you can pick your knees up higher and higher without losing your aligned spine. So you want to keep that spine aligned as you pick your knees up. Okay. Now, all of this, the posturing, the intentional gaze with your eyes, the moving of your legs, the humming, it all can help internally signal. But I'm alert and safe. I'm alert and I'm in control, right? And so it's not an overstimulating alertness, right? And the last step, you can let your feet stay still. If you want to keep marching, you can. Okay. The last step is going to be energizing, but also grounding all at the same time. What you're going to do is you're going to take your eyes, you're going to look around you, and you're going to decide 3 colors you want to find in your environment with your eyes right here, right now. So I am choosing yellow, red, and green. So I just found a yellow arrow straight in front of me with my eyes. I found a red plastic suction thing also kind of in front of me with my eyes. And I'm going to move my head around to find green because I actually have a lot of green. So what green item do I want to choose? So you want to identify this item so that you are being very specific about what you're looking at. All right, so I see a green filing folder on one of my shelves. All right, so you're going to do that. Choose 3 colors. Find those 3 colors in your environment on a specific item that you identify and either say out loud or speak specifically to yourself. And now check in with yourself. See if you feel a little bit more energized. See if you feel a little bit more cognitively sharp. Check in and see if you are feeling less tired and perhaps more inspired.